Austin, day one of spring practice. Just tell me how that went for you.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. It was fun to be back out there with the guys. We got a lot of new faces, obviously, and we have a lot of new coaches as well. So just trying to, it's a different vibe, being out there with all those new faces and trying to get people kind of into the flow of how we do things. And so we're just kind of acclimating people. I mean, we've been here for a couple months, but guys being out there for their first real practice, so it was good to be out there and playing football again.
Austin, just looking back, nation's leading passer last year. What are a few things that you're going to be working on in spring and looking to bring to the field next season?
Oh yeah, I mean it was a really successful season last year. It was a very blessed season that we had last year, but we still feel like we left a lot of meat on the bone. Last year, feel like we could have got a couple more wins, and feel like we even could have probably had more yards than we did. So working on just like knowing the offense more fully and really having just a deep comprehension of it. When to check out of certain plays, what plays to check into. Working on finding my running back a lot more. Get those check downs, easy yards, keep the completion percentage up. And mainly, as a leader, just being that guy who's steady throughout. I'm a super competitive guy, and I'm super, high energy, and, being able to tame that in the right moments and still be a leader and not let emotions take control of me.
Such a different situation for you this year. Coming in last year pretty late, and now you're really the established starter. Do you let yourself relax at all?
I don't really have a mindset like that. I've always kind of been, I don't know if it's a blessing and a curse, but I've always felt like my job can be taken at any moment. Coach Helton's a big believer in competing all the time, and I truly believe with him that I need to go win my job every single year. That's really just how my mind works, and it really won't let me do anything else. And so I always feel like if I have one bad day or if I miss one thing, I'm at a chance at losing my job. And I don't know why my brain's wired that way, but it is. And so for me, it's just always going out there and saying I have to win today and I have to be the best quarterback on the field regardless of what the depth chart says. So never really been much of a relaxer.
Austin, just looking at, you were Ben Arbuckle last season, and now you have a new offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach. What has it been like to work with him, and what is he like from you so far, and then your receivers?
Yeah, Coach Drew's awesome. I love him. I think he's great. Obviously Coach Arbuckle was awesome, and I have so much to thank him for. And he's the main reason I'm here. Him and Coach Helton. So thankful for him and what he helped me accomplish, and essentially what he's accomplished now being at Washington State. But I think there's parts about Drew that are different from Coach Arbuckle, and I feel like those parts could help us and could also help myself because it's a different viewpoint and different kind of perspective of things he puts into my game and that he can better my game for. And so I've had 5 different offensive coordinators in 4 seasons of playing football in college, and so I'm pretty used to change, and I'm very happy with who we brought in, and Coach Drew and I are already super close and already starting to gel kind of as play caller and quarterback together.
Of course, you kind of explored the transfer portal a little bit, but ultimately came back. What drew you back to this program this year?
Oh, just the people and the coaching staff and what I knew I had here. I think entering the portal last year was due to just hearing things and wanting to explore all my options and really see what was out there. But I think by how shortly I was in the portal, I think that kind of shows that I was just, hey, I listened to what people had to say and then very quickly realized that this was the best place for me. And a large part of that is obviously Coach Helton. I trust that man with basically my life. If he said, let's go, we're going this way, I'm riding out with him. So it's always been, I trust him, and he's my coach, and I play for him. And so that was a huge reason. And obviously the success here has always been great for quarterbacks. It was never about leaving because I felt like I'd have a better chance to make the NFL elsewhere. Obviously Mike White just got a 2-year deal with the Dolphins. Bailey's doing what he's did. Brandon Dowdy did what he did. So it's just ultimately I've looked at this place, and the locker room just got built, and there's not a better place right now in the state of Kentucky, much less the country, to be playing college football, in my opinion.